Getting ready to tackle some of the rumors that are floating around ahead of the summer transfer window and to find out if he thinks that they would be hits or misses, because he's not a fortune teller, so we don't know if they can happen or not.
Do you mean the ones we're floating around?
The ones we're floating around as well. Let's start off with this one that apparently is now floating around. Marcus Rashford seemingly happy and settled at Manchester United, but that's not stopped him from being linked with a move to Barcelona, potentially as a long-term replacement for Luis Suarez.
Well, what we do know is Rashford's not turning up at press conferences and going, I wouldn't mind playing for Barcelona one day. So it's certainly not coming from him.
But do you see him fitting in there in the future?
Well, I could see some top clubs potentially looking at him. I think there is still more to come from him for sure. He's only a youngster. He's a Manchester boy. He's playing for, I believe, the club he supported. Everything's going in an upward trend from now that Mourinho has gone and he's getting more game time.
But we can't let things go too perfectly. So
and again, a bit like the scenario with Paul Pogba, who has been linked to Real Madrid and some other clubs, is United want to keep and add to the best players. And so at the moment, I'm going to say no. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is a potential for down the line for a youngster.
How much do you think Suarez has left, though? Given the up and downs that we've seen this
season?
Yeah,
I think probably a couple of years. Maybe a couple of seasons really at the top, which is probably coinciding with Messi as well, who's also in his 30s now, although it doesn't seem to be stopping the wee man.
But he's on a different level.
No, nobody's told him he's in his 30s. But I think a couple of years, and Barcelona will look to bring players in to plug that hole and not leave it too late. But I just think maybe possibly 18 months down the line, that might be a better chance, if he's still playing well.
All right, well, sticking with Barcelona now, let's talk about Philippe Coutinho, who, of course, had a dream move to Barcelona, but it's not exactly been the dream that many would have expected him to have there at the Camp Nou. So would a move back to the Premier League suit him better at this stage in his career?
This is a difficult one because on the ESPN FC show, I think a few days ago, I said I think he would have another season at Barcelona. To try and prove that, going to a big club is difficult. Yeah. And the pressure, going from Liverpool to Barcelona is another step up. Playing with Lionel Messi, is another step up in the pressure. Because he was the top guy at Liverpool for most of the games. Now he's in there with other guys who are pulling the strings. It's not easy. And it's been difficult for him. I'm going to say... I'll say it's possible, right? I think he might get another year at Barcelona, but it could be. I don't know if Liverpool would take him back. I don't know if they'd want him back, but maybe another, maybe a Chelsea or something. Oh, they can't buy anybody, so.
Maybe after another year?
Potentially. I've just thrown it in there.
All right, Craig.
He might go back to the Premier League. I don't know.
We just don't know who'll take him just yet. All right, Chucky Lozano now. We know how big he is in the Latin American community, especially Mexico. Now, Mexico's manager, Tata Martino, has said that he thinks it's time for him to take a big step in his career, that playing in the likes of Portugal and in Holland is more of an intermediate step. So would Manchester United be that big step? And you just spoke, all right, well, that's a miss, Craig. Why? Too big a...
Well, he's a good player. And he's a good player. But I just think, if United are pegging back City, Liverpool, Juventus, Barcelona, Real Madrid in the European competitions, they've got to go for the cream.
Yeah.
They've got to go for... And as good a player as he is for the national team and for PSV in Holland at the moment, I think he would be a squad player at Man United. Which is potential for it to happen. He could come in as a squad player. You do need squad players. You can't have everybody. Can't be a Billy Big Time, a Galactico. However, I don't see Man United spearheading an assault on European football with Chucky Lozano in the front line. I just don't think that's going to work.
Billy Big Time. I love that one. Speaking of Billy Big Times, let's talk about Richarlison at Everton. He's surprisingly linked with a move to Barcelona.
That's it, and then put it over there.
All right. Big old miss for Craig. He doesn't even need to explain that.
Well, he got that big move from Watford to Everton. It was quite big money at the time. He's had some good times. He started the season quite well, again under Marco Silva, but he's been in and out the side. Yeah. At Everton. I know he's maybe played out of position now and again, but no, I don't see that to Barcelona yet.
And on the other side of Merseyside, Sadio Mane. Who wouldn't want this man right now, but would he be up to the bill at Real Madrid?
No, absolutely. Yeah, good enough to go there and do a job, absolutely. He's somewhat carrying that front three in recent weeks. What I would say, and the reason I'm going to say, if you can hit that and put it in the miss, is I think Real Madrid are going to go all out and going to supersede the likes of a Sadio Mane with Eden Hazard, who might be parallel-ish, but then Mbappe's and Neymar's and people like that. I think that's who they're going to go for first and foremost, and that's why I'm going to say no. And I'm doubting myself on this one, but I couldn't put them all in the miss column. So he might go to the Premier League.
We just don't know where.
We just don't.
We'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, Craig.
Well, maybe
Burley.
Chelsea can sign players, potentially, if they get this overruled, but it doesn't unlikely. And maybe Liverpool would take him back and maybe just not at the 150 million that they got for him.
Like I said, nothing like running back 10x, right?
Don't know about that.